YouTube? Siegfried Trulane here with another Dragon Ball Legends video, and today is going to be, this video is going to be probably, a lot of people are going to find it negative, it might get some thumbs down. But guys, before you dislike this video, before you give it a thumbs down or you tell me to quit playing the game, watch the whole video, okay? Today is going to be some kind of gripes I have at the game, but also how they should fix it and how it would make the game better for everybody. Now, before I go through this, I do want to make it clear, I have Vegito Blue. I have him 4 stars. I have, I think, my Omega Shenron and all my other units. They're 7+ stars. I think Omega Shenron and full power chip saying 4. Goku is are at 8 each. So it's not that I didn't pull the units, but I want to go over a couple of things in this game. First of all, I really like the game. If I did not like the game, I would simply quit. Okay? I have no problems quitting a game I don't enjoy. But I want to see this game get better. And because of that, I want to bring these points up. So the first thing I want to talk about is summoning. Okay? Now, I know a lot of, this is a very touchy subject. You get people who feel like they're entitled and they should be getting every unit that pops out, relatively cheap. And you get other people that, use the gacha defense. Okay? Guys, it's true. This is a gacha game. But let's take that down a bit, okay? Let's remember something, that even though this is a gacha game is a form of gambling. But these companies are not gambling with money. If you pulled Vegito Blue, Bandai is not going to send you $50. You can't spend $60 and make $300, or $1,000. There is no monetary loss. Yes, it's probably true when you pull Vegito Blue, you might not go into it too much. And so, yeah, you didn't give them as much money as they want, but the fact it comes down to you giving them more money and no risk on there. And there's 0 risk on their end. That means that the rates are unacceptable. Okay? These summoning rates are unacceptable. And everybody who plays this game, from the most casual and free-to-play player to people that do YouTube, D-Free, Rhymestyle, Nano, Endakuba, Kagi, guys, anybody who plays this game should have an issue with this. Because the fact is, for YouTubers, the more you spend, really the less you're making in the end. Think about it. If you have to spend, $400 or $500, $1,000 to pull a unit, and you make $1,500 in YouTube revenue, you made $500 versus what you could have made. I mean, Rhyme, look at Rhyme and Super Vegito last year. That was ridiculous. This year, I think that was pretty much my luck. It took me at least 40,000 to pull Vegito Blue. I've probably put close to 80,000 crystals in there, and I've only pulled them 3 times. Pulled Extreme Gogeta twice. Which is, again, guys, that's ridiculous. You should not put that much in and pull that little, okay? So, it's a gacha defense, guys. Yes, it's a gacha game, but they have literally no risk. It's all reward for them, and because of that, we as the player base should demand better from them. Now, I'm not saying that, we should have super high rates, everyone's, you should be guaranteed to get the new unit. I mean, that would be nice. And, I mean, it would be cool if they implemented that type of system. 7 Deadly Sins has a system like that I'll talk about in a bit. 7 Deadly Sins has a step up where on step 10 you are guaranteed the new unit. I mean, that would be a cool system setup. But there's another major reason why Dragon Ball Legends should, honestly, in my opinion, have the highest highest SSR sparking rate of any gacha game. Okay. So let's talk about why Dragon Ball Legends should have the highest sparking rate of any gacha game. In Dokkan, you need a total of, I think it's 14 copies of a unit to fully rainbow them if you do not use any Kais. And anybody who, when you get those good characters, you have the Kais for that. So realistically, for the really hype characters, they have an Essence of Z-Power in the Kais. That works on everything, including LRs. That means in reality, you need to pull 5 copies of a unit and you can rainbow it. 5 copies. In 7 Deadly Sins, you need 6 copies. Okay. In Dragon Ball Legends, you need 17 copies of a Sparking to rainbow it or to finish it. 17. That is almost 3.5 times more than in Dokkan, and about 3 times more than in Seven Deadly Sins. That means that, by fairness, the chance of pulling a Sparking should be over 3% for a base Sparking. Now, a lot of people look at the exact Sparking chance and make a call on that. Like, oh, you might look at Seven Deadly Sins and be like, oh, they have a 3% chance. Yeah, they have a 3% chance, but the main unit you want is a 0.5%. It doesn't matter how hype it is. We got Green Escanor, which is pretty much the blue Vegito of that game, 5.5% chance. And again, I don't think that those are really good rates. I do think these rates should be higher because of the fact there's no risk, no reward. I mean, there's no risk on Bandai. But Dragon Ball Legends is the worst because 17 fucking copies. So if you want to get a 14-star Super Vegito or Super Saiyan Blue Vegito, 17 copies. You want a rainbowed LR Gogeta or Vegito in the 5-year anniversary? 5 copies. And it's a 0.25% chance to pull that Super Saiyan Blue Vegito. That's ridiculous. An LF unit in Dragon Ball Legends should be at least a 5% chance. Because you need so many of them. And normal unit should be 10%. Now, a lot of people will be like, well, that's ridiculous. Everyone will pull the unit. Not true. Not everybody would pull the unit. But when you play PvP, there's a major difference between somebody with a 2-star Super Saiyan Blue Vegito and a 6-star Super Saiyan Blue Vegito. Or a 4-star. Or a 3-star. You go against a unit that's at 14 stars, and it's an uphill battle. I went against a 14-star Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black, who was doing decent damage on my Vegito Blue, because guess what? He was 14 stars. So the dupes really matter in this game. The dupes matter in this game more than they do in Seven Deadly Sins, where it only increases the super attack, and in Dokkan, where Dokkan's really not a PvP game, so whether or not you have those dupes doesn't matter too much. I never see myself farming for dupes in Dokkan. So here's what honestly, you know, Bandai Namco always says that they you know, we're listening, we want to make the game better. First of all, Toshi needs to stop lying. He is. And I really got upset that when they announced a 10% sparking rate, people got excited. Why did everybody get excited? They didn't increase the rates of the sparkings you want. It's not a higher rate. It's not like a, you know, 1.5 on Shenron or Super Saiyan 4 Goku or a 2-2. That 3% they increased did not go in the new units. Some on the old units that nobody's going to really want to pull if they're going hard for those new units. And I would really like that, you know, YouTubers to stop getting so excited or stop playing up the hype on some things. To actually bring up the issues here. I mean, units that get summoned highly affect PvP. If you pulled the Vegito Blue, you're going to enjoy PvP more. If you didn't, you're going to hate PvP. So the fact that the chance was so low is ridiculous. And 99% of the fights I go against are Vegito Blue. And fights that don't have Vegito Blue in, I don't usually lose. I usually win them pretty well. So there's absolutely no reason that the chances are so high. They could easily do a 25% sparking chance on special banners, or like, you know, maybe a 30% sparking chance on special banners. A banner like this should have a 30% sparking. 30% sparking, 35% extreme, and 35% hero. you have 10% to pull the new units, 5% for the LF, and 5% for a trash unit. Yes, would people not put a lot of money in? Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, they wouldn't make thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. But it comes down to an actual balance in the game. And they need to balance profit versus choking the economy. There are going to be people who stop playing this game because they spent 20, 30,000 Chrono Crystals, or they're free to play and they saved up. I mean, think about it. Think if you're free to play. You're a free to play unit player. You've not summoned on any benefits since the first year anniversary. You saved up 30 or 40,000 Chrono Crystals. You spend them all and you don't pull that blue Vegito. You're going to quit the game. You're going to quit it. You have no investment in it. Why even play it at that point? So that's going to kill the player base. And free-to-play players need whales, and whales need free-to-play players. That's a fact. We need each other. But they need to also, I mean, there needs to be that balance there. It wouldn't harm anybody if everybody was able to have gotten a Vegito Blue, to be honest. Or if the majority of people were able to get Vegito Blue. Because the fact is, you're still going to have the whales who are going to go in for more copies. Okay? Again, 17 copies. Even if you pulled a Vegito Blue every round, and you gotta think, let's see, it would be at least let's minus the first two steps that are not full, but let's see, it's about 3,700 Chrono Crystals per rotation. That's 4. So yeah, let's just say you pulled a Vegito Blue each time and on the ticket. You would need to do that 3 times plus 2. That means you need at least 12,800 Chrono Crystals. Okay. If you saved up, you would have that. But if you're a whale, you spend, which that's what the whales do. That's what I do. 12,800 divided by 1,000 means you'd have to buy 12.8 1,000 packs. So I think that, you had 3 at $8. So we're going to round up to 13, actually, because it'd be around 13. So $7.99 times 3. That's $23 right there. Plus, I believe it was plus I think they had 8 at 23.99. So let's do that real quick. That 23.99 times 8. Okay. And that would get you a total of 11. So you would need another, I think, 2 at 15. That means that if you had pulled a Super Saiyan Blue Vegito at every single step, you would have about $245. You spend $245 to do that. So they would make $245 per person who wanted to rainbow that unit. That's more than enough money. If someone's going to sit there and tell me that's not enough money for this company, because people would rainbow it. People would rainbow. There'd be a lot of people who would rainbow the unit at that % chance. And if you just take, let's just say 5% of the community is whale, 5% of the communities are whales, and there's, let's say, 500,000 players, you minus 95% of that, you still have 470, you have 25,000 players would be whales. You times that by the $245 and 89 cents. That's still over $6 million. Okay? $6 million if 500,000 people play this game and 5% are whales. Let's just say that in the entire game there's only 150 whales. That's $36,000 they made off this banner if there's only 150 whales. Let's just say it's 1,000 whales. That's almost $246,000 off one banner. So if you're telling me that Anywhere between $36,000 to $6 million would not be enough to sustain this company. That's ridiculous. And what would this do? This would allow players who PvP to have a chance to rainbow the unit. This would allow players who don't PvP but want the unit to be able to get and play and enjoy the unit. This would solve a lot of problems, and it would help to balance the unfairness in PvP. So, on a special banner like this, 25% sparking, 35-35 hero extreme. On a normal banner, just do 25%, a 25% sparking, on a special banner, special banner, 30%, 35-35. On a normal banner, 25%, 10 for each new unit, and then 5 for the, for the old units. And then you put in a 50 hero and a 30 extreme. Even with a 10% chance, guys, that's still like rolling a dice with 100 sides and hopefully rolling in between 1 and 10. That's still a low chance to get it. And if you've ever played a game with RNG where there's a 10% chance to get something, such as farming, you know that 10% does not always come out. That's why the 1% and the 0.5% are absolutely ridiculous. And in this game, where you need multiple copies, where you need it if you're really going to PvP, that is unacceptable. And I call for anyone who posts on the Reddit, who enjoys this game, to call that. Bandai Namco is not making a monetary risk. There is no risk for them. The risk they have is creating a unit that nobody cares about. And Chrono Crystals are not as abundant in this game. It's not so abundant. If you can't really PvP, you're pretty SOL on Chrono Crystals once you've finished all the missions. Yeah, you have the, the Ultra Time Space rush you can do, or, the rush you can do for 500 every 2 weeks, so 1,000 a month, 1 multi a month. But they don't update events enough. We're not getting enough new events that we can continue. Think about it. When was the last time we got a new story-based event? They keep recycling the same stupid events. Oh, look, adventure, do this event again. Every time they release some type of new adventures that we gotta do, it's always in a recycled event. So you can't even get the Chrono Crystals from those events. That is unacceptable, and that's something Dokkan does way better. They actually redo, they put events up and they renew events. They need to fix that as well. When a new adventure comes up, don't repeat a stupid event. Give us new events. Give us a new event that connects to that adventure system. Raise the rates on sparkings. And anybody who's going to sit there and say, well, it's a gacha game, you should expect to get shafted. Guys, we're not gambling. Well, they're not gambling with money. There is no reason to excuse pretty much the chance you're going to have at a casino. There's no reason that someone should put down $1,000 to pull 1 copy of a unit. And that happens. And you might say, well, that's their fault. I'm not excusing that. But what I am saying is that these rates are unacceptable, and we should all be coming together to talk about it. We should be coming together and say, look, Bandai, I get it. You got to make money. We support you there. But at the same time, this is not acceptable. Raise the rates so that those who don't really PvP can get the unit, and those who PvP still have to push pretty hard to get the unit. So guys, that's pretty much my first thing. Part 1 of this is on the summoning system. And I really hope that people will really think about it. Again, I'm not shitting on the game, man. The game is a lot of fun. The gameplay of this game is fun. But the gacha mechanics are it's absolute horseshit. The mechanics are horseshit. The summoning mechanics. And then you got PvP. I have a love-hate relationship with PvP in this game. One part, I enjoy PvP because it's the one time the game actually somewhat changes. But at the other end, this PvP system is so screwed up. First of all, Chrono Crystals. Make that a tier-based reward. Make it you have your ranks already. Make it a rank system where maybe Rank 10, 200 Chrono Crystals. Or rank 10, rank 0 to 10, 100 Chrono Crystals. Rank 10 to 20, 200 Chrono Crystals. Rank 20 to 30, 500 Chrono Crystals. Rank 30 to 40, 700 Chrono Crystals. And rank 50, 1,000 Chrono Crystals. It's a doable system. Bandai is not going to lose that much money from it. They're not. And anybody who, again, sits there and defends that, come on. I am not asking Bandai to give me, I'm an entitled player, I should get this. What I'm asking is for a little more loyalty to their player base. They sit there and they talk about how they care about their player base, but like, seriously, Bandai, this is the worst gacha game I've played. You have to get in the top 20,000 now to get any rewards, and let's be honest, if you're below 10,000, the rewards are pretty pathetic. So you still have to be in the top 10,000 to get the 1,000 Chrono Crystals. And then, of course, you get more Z Power as you go up. Now, am I saying there should not be a player-based rate reward? No, there should be. And I think Z Power is a great thing they could do. For example, if you're the #1 player, I think you should get 1,200 Z Power that can be used in an LF unit. Think about it. 1,200 Z Power for an LF unit. That's 2 stars, almost. If you're second or third, 600 LF unit Z Power. If you're in the top 50, between 50 to 4th place, 1,200 Z Power that can be used on any unit. If you're in the top 1,000, 600 Z Power. Top 3,000, 200 Z Power. Top, 10,000, 100 Z Power. And top 20,000, 50 Z Power. Those would be great. Those would be rewards that are worth going for. Because getting 1,200 Z Power for an LF unit, everybody would like that. It would still be a reward-based system. And again, this is something 7 Deadly Sins does. Their Elite PvP, which is the real ranked PvP, gives you the PvP currency to buy certain UR weapons. The PvP that gives you the diamonds to summon on is the casual PvP. That's fun, that you don't get deranked in once you hit a tier. So as long as you're involved, you can keep getting those bonuses, those diamonds. What this does is this does help prevent cheating. Not saying cheating doesn't exist. Cheating does exist in 7 Deadly Sins, but cheating in Dragon Ball Legends is rampant. Anybody who's hit battle rank 50 knows this. Today, I have fought against somebody who was their battle rank was over 9,000. Their team was not a 9,000 ranked team. When I see that, when I see a team that's not at 9,000 something, when I see a person that's at 9,000 plus something, but their team does not really, they're missing equipment, and yeah, they might not bring those units in, but they don't have a lot of stars in there. I know it's going to be one of 3 things. A, they're extremely good and I'm going to get wrecked. B, they chose the wrong team on accident and are probably going to either pick one person, give up, or I'm going to have an easy match. Or 3, they're cheating. Well, this round, this person, there were constant lag spikes of the fight. And I lost. And I lost because of lag spikes, where it would stop. And I'd been PvPing for over an hour and I hadn't had that issue yet. So you're getting this issue where people are purposely cutting their latency, and I see it happen all the time. And anyone who does battle rank 50 sees it happening. And if you watch any YouTuber who does showcases, you see it happen. And it is hard to see it happen when you're watching YouTube versus when you're actually doing the match and you did something and it didn't do it. Such as you clicked on to switch a character, but because it lagged, it didn't switch in time, or a dropped combo. These are issues because of the fact that people are trying to go for the crystals. And yeah, it's, Bandai Namco has this, oh, well, we remove their points. That's not enough. It's not enough when you're still going to lose those points. So you would have hit top 6,000, but you didn't because you went to a match against a cheater and you just lost points. And it's even worse when you go against someone who's ranked 46 in cheating, because then you lose a lot of points. So how do you fix PvP? Obviously, they're not really addressing the cheating issue. They're not addressing the latency issue. Easy solution would be to you put a ping test in there that tests the ping before the match starts, and if your ping isn't high enough, you can't do it. Second, if somebody disconnects on the disconnection should always go on their end. I know for a fact, I know this because I tested it. I know for a fact that should I be on my train and I go into a tunnel and I'm PvPing, it'll disconnect the fight so it turns to a bot. Even though I disconnected on my end, because it's really on my end, it'll disconnect it to a bot, and then I'll get the win. That means that's a system that could easily have been fixed, and I know for a fact it's not. To this day, I know it's not. They really are not addressing the cheaters. And I'm not saying I do that all the time. I just sometimes during the middle of matches it happens. I'm on the train, I'm trying to beat the match, and it happens. Because that's what I do on the train. I have one tunnel, and I try to beat the match, but sometimes it goes on and I end up in the tunnel, and that's what happens. I should lose that match. But I don't. So here's how you fix PvP. Number one, get rid of the player rating crystal bonus. That is why people cheat. They're cheating in hopes to not get caught and get up to those chrono crystals. Get rid of that system. And again, the cheating does not catch the laggers. It catches the people doing intentional disconnection wins and the people using modded apps. People who are reducing their latency to make the game lag, they are not getting their points lost. So what do? Get rid of the rank system chrono crystals. Do not make chrono crystals a reward off what percentage of the player base you are. That also removes a lot of pay to win, and it makes the game better. It just makes the game better. Instead, you implement those rewards into the rank system. Why would you care? As a player, do you really care if player B gets 1,000 chrono crystals and you get 1,000 crystals? Why would you care so much if they got the same thing you got? Why? It makes everybody happier. And if you're like, well, they didn't deserve it. Look, you still give good rank rewards, you just don't give them the summoning currency. You give Z power. Things that people need. I mean, I think Z power is a great opportunity. Or you even get, they could give units. I mean, this would be a great example, okay? Pick an LF unit each season, and the winner gets a copy of that LF unit. I mean, it's like, okay, this season's LF unit is Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So if you get first place, you get that LF unit. I mean, or make it an LF ticket where you can pick any LF unit you want. You could use the LF units as a PvP reward and the Z power as a PvP reward. It would be an amazing reward, totally worth trying to get it, but you wouldn't get so pissed off if you didn't get it. Versus getting first place and you get that 1,500 chrono crystals. Yeah, that's a good freaking reward. Come on, 500 more chrono crystals for hitting first. So if you got first place, you get a shitty ass reward, to be honest. You get 500 more chrono crystals for being the best player. That's stupid. But the fact that they tie the chrono crystals into it means people cheat for it. You make an LF ticket, that grand prize winner is going to be happy. He's got that LF ticket. He can pick any LF he wants. And then everybody else gets that Z power based on the rank system. That would make PvP more enjoyable. Would, I think, naturally help reduce cheaters because people would not be doing it to try and steal the chrono crystals. And a good reward. Another thing that could help stop the cheating is remove, losing points when you lose. If you lose, don't make a penalty when you lose a fight. And make every single match reward the exact same amount of points, and have the match based on your power level or your rank. Don't match somebody who has 14-star units at level 50 at rate point 9,000 with a level rank 45 guy who does not have, whose units are maybe 3-star. Balance the ranking system. Put an option in the casual match so you could balance it. I like to do casual match just for fun PvP, and I don't like when I get somebody who's 30. They give up and it's not fun for them. Allow a system in there. Make it so that PvP isn't so crystal dependent. Make it so that PvP is a game where, hey, you do it if you enjoy it. There are rewards, but you don't have to worry so much about getting the chrono crystals. You don't have to be this top player to get that. Cheaters will leave. Losing a battle won't be so frustrating, so upsetting, so irritating, and you won't get so angry when you lose a match. Because anyone who PvP's out there, how many of you have lost a match due to somebody cheating because of their lag switching, and you lost points? How pissed off were you? These suggestions that I'm putting in are meant to make the game better. Not make the game worse. Not make the game, oh, everyone should get the unit. We've got to be fair. The world, life's not fair. What it's about is it's about Bandai Namco being more loyal to the player base. They lose nothing to increase the sparking rate. They lose nothing to allow every player a decent chance to pull the new unit. They lose nothing. And if they did that, they could keep the shop prices. They could keep everything else in the game the way it is. That would make it fair. Either lower the shop so the shop is way cheaper. I mean, like $5 for a multi-summon, I think, is where it should be. Or increase the amount of free chrono crystals to where you're getting at least 5 multis a week. Or increase the chances dramatically. One of those 3 options is what Bandai Namco needs to do with this game. Not all 3. One. Because if people are able to farm up 5 multis, that gives it a little, that helps the playability of the game. And allows free-to-play players, I think, to actually enjoy the game more. If you're a free-to-play player and you could get 5 multis a week from farming up certain things, wouldn't you enjoy this game more? Even if it was just 3 multis a week, 2 multis a week, making it at least a fair amount of crystals people can get for free would be great. If you don't enjoy PvP, the best you get is 1 multi a week. And if you do enjoy PvP, but you're not really good at it, maybe still 1 multi a week. Maybe 1.5. And if you really enjoy PvP and you're good at it, 2.5. Sorry, 3 a month. 3 multis a month. That would how much that'd be. My bad. That's not a lot. There's no reason why. They could even change, like the Ultra Time Space Rush or whatever it's called. They could definitely increase it. That could easily give you 500 crystals per event for a total of 2,500 every 2 weeks. That would be fair. That would be fine. That would be perfect. That would give you 5 multis a month if you don't like PvP. That's more than enough for people who are free to play to enjoy the game. Make better subscription plans. Like, these subscription plans really suck. I would rather pay $30 a month, like I do in 7 Deadly Sins, and get, what is it? How many multis? Let me do the math real quick. I think it's about 290, so almost 10 multis. 10 multis for $30 a month, then 1 multi for $10. This is where I want to see this game improve. This is where everybody who likes this game should want to see this game improve. If you don't like the game, you shouldn't play the game. But if you like the game, we should all be coming together on issues that are not beneficial. This is not beneficial to the system. There are going to be players who probably quit this game when they saved up for a whole year to pull nothing. Or players who are just like, look, I'm tired of spending money and pulling nothing. Even if you only spend $25 on this game, this anniversary, but you spend say $25 every single banner, you're still spending about $30 a month, so around 130 times 12, $360 a year. If you spend about $360 a year and you're not pulling much, you're not going to continue to play this game. So I hope this brings up some discussions of things that they need to do. And on top of that, one thing I want to add is number one, Toshi's got to stop lying. And what I mean by that is, when they create an event that they want you to farm the hell out of, I hate co-op mode. I absolutely hate it with a passion. I was excited when I heard about it, like, sweet, finally something co-op. Co-op mode's an absolute train wreck. You get disconnected so easily. I connected with a friend of mine, and I know neither of us disconnected. Neither of us had a bad internet connection, and all of a sudden we're disconnected. And when you get disconnected, it doesn't change it with a bot like it should. It just, you lose. So you can spend over half an hour trying to win co-op mode and just be losing because of disconnections. And when they brought the Goku Zenkai Goku event out, like right before that Goku event out, Rhymestyle asked about Veteran Orchard co-op, and the reply was, well, we don't want people really, grinding it and getting exhausted. They said that, and then they put the Goku event out, which required you to clear at least 200 times to get all the tickets. 200 times in 30 days. That's at around 7 times a day. Doing my 3 matches of co-op is bad enough. Ask me to do it 7 times, I don't have time for that. So when I say lying, that's what I mean, where he states, we don't want you doing this, and then they release an event that makes you do what he just said that's not what they want you to do. And Rhyme and Kagi, you guys probably won't watch this, and don't take this the wrong way. I will always support your guys' channel. I'll always watch your videos. I really enjoy them. I think you guys are great. But you guys are also our biggest voice when it comes to this game. I don't know if you have like pre-interview questions where you're told what you can and can't ask. So don't take this as I'm judging you. But if you can, please address the fact that the sparking rate is ridiculous for LFs. It does not make the game better. And the PvP system needs to be fixed. I'm not saying they have to have a dedicated server like a lot of people want. I mean, I don't know what that's going to cost them. But they need to really work on the cheating system, and they need to change the rewards. And Rhyme, I really liked your video. I agree with everything you said in your reward system. It's just like 7 Deadly Sins when it comes to PvP. Makes the game so much more fun, makes PvP fun, and it makes PvP less distraught when you lose. So if you can, and if you see this video, and I hope you guys do because I really enjoy you guys a lot, please, 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 please bring up those PvP ideas. Try to push to get them to change if they can. Anyways, guys, please don't think that I hate the game and I'm shitting on the game. That's not the case. I mean, I put 100,000, almost 100,000 CC on trying to get Super Saiyan Blue Vegito to 6 stars, which I still haven't done. If I hated the game, I wouldn't do that. But I do hate certain mechanics of the game, and I think that Bandai can improve them, and I have a lot of respect for Bandai. I think if enough of us push Bandai and say, look, we like this game, but we would like to see this improved, I do think they would fix it. And I don't think we should threaten them. I don't think we should go. I'm not saying threaten them and go, we're going to blah, blah, blah. No, I'm just saying politely, hey, Bandai, this is a little unfair. Do you think you could kind of do us a favor here? And I think they would. I think they would consider it. I think that as a player base, if we were polite about it and we worked with them, I think they would do a lot of changes for us. And that shows just how highly I think of Bandai. So please don't think that I'm shitting on this game or I'm shitting on Bandai. Bandai is probably one of the most respected game companies in my opinion, alongside Square Enix. To the point where I think that they would listen and work with us. And Toshi, I know you're not going to watch this. I know you're not going to see it, but I mean, again, I don't know. Maybe you had to say that. Maybe they made you say that, even though you knew it wasn't true. But if that wasn't the case, if you just said that, and then out of the blue they popped that up and you had no idea, which is weird if you're the producer, please be more careful in the future. And please implement this game so that it's more fair to free-to-play players. And again, guys, I'm a whale. I'm not free-to-play. I'm whale. But I want to see the game more free-to-play players. And I think a lot of whales want to see the game more free-to-play players. And I will still spend money on this. In fact, if you guys were to do that, I would spend more money on this game. If you were to make this game more fair to free-to-play players, and you were to fix the PvP system, I would spend more money on this game, and I would praise this game a lot more. But guys, with that, this is Siegfried Trulane signing out. I am still working on the Legends giveaway account. It's not quite complete yet. The video is done, but I'm still working on some things before I give it up. Hopefully, it'll be ready to go. But I will see you guys in the next video. Siegfried Trulane signing out.